So this COVID job, my goodness, it's I've been fine for a week or so while the weather were nice. And as soon as it's got cold, oh my goodness! And it's not until I've been looking back at the videos that I've been making that I've been puffing and blowing. I can sort of see myself struggling to breathe, and I'm struggling to walk to the top of patch at the moment. It's really odd. So hopefully we'll be on the mend. Give it a couple more days. Just do little bits and pieces. There's not going to be a lot happening in the hut today. I think we're going to go up into the workshop. I am at the stage where I need to paint, and obviously painting in minus temperatures is no fun at all. So we'll do that and go up into the workshop, light the fire, see what we've got to do. We've got the kitchen unit up there. Show you a bit of that. See you a bit. You chilly dog. You cold dog. Cold pig. Yeah. There you go. That better? That better? Warm dog? Don't like it here when it's cold, do you? Huh? We'll get that fire going for you. I built this about 2 years ago. It was first lockdown of 2020. Just a bit of a unit that I threw together using some reclaimed timber. Just like I'm sure you're fully aware we like to do here now. Now the doors were a lot taller. It was just a dead basic two-doored unit. Until I realised a few days ago that I had this kitchen unit in the shed across the road there. So I've pulled it out and incorporated it into the unit to make it into a kitchen unit. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to keep with that colour, probably not. That was basically what I had laying around. So seeing as it's horrible outside, freezing cold, we've decided to come in here and do a little bit on this. I've got a lovely block board worktop that is underneath my sofa in the living room that was part of my sister's kitchen refit that she very kindly gave me. So possibly going to put some worktops on either end so that it easily be used, and we can oof it down into the shepherd's hut. Now just while I'm filming that, they are the front and back boards for the hut, which I've cut out and painted. They were almost finished until I was putting the top coat on, popped out for a little bit, came back and it had rained. So the finish is just not what I wanted at all. Quite upset by that really. I was doing really well. It was an oil-based paint which it rained on, so it went pretty ropey. So I'm going to have to rub all that back down, start again, then we'll be able to put the front and back boards on, and we'll get rid of the scaffolding off the front of the hut. But of course that ain't happening in sub-zero temperatures with snow on the ground. So a little bit upset when I realised that had happened, but such is life. It's my own daft fault. I'm not a fan of painting really. I seem to have a lot of bad luck with it, but it's my own fault. I have a huge pile of paint. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because I've been rummaging through it. But basically I think, oh, that looks a nice colour, we'll slap that on. And generally it tends to react with the undercoat, so I don't know much about me paint chemicals. But on the whole I was doing really well with those, and it ended up being the rain that put pain to it. But the glory of today is we're going to be able to have a bit of a tidy up in here. All the offcuts from the past few projects in here will be able to pop on the fire and keep the pig warm. What do you reckon, Maisie? Huh? You nice and warm? You nice and warm. So talking of the fires, the moors keep catching fire, and a few weeks ago we had the BBC came with us on the fire watch. I volunteer for the National Trust, and we do something called fire watch. So we buzz around on an evening, during the day, in the weekends, just make sure that everybody's behaving themselves and not having bonfires on the moors. Not bonfires, barbecues on the moors, campfires and stuff like that. So we're going to play a few little bits as to what happened on that day. It was a fairly uneventful day, really, despite the film crew desperately wanting us to find a barbecue and tell somebody off. But the message is, please, please, please don't be having fires up on the moors. It is actually illegal now, and if you do see a fire on the moor, 999 straight away. The fire service go out and try and stop these horrendous fires that are happening. Just the slightest of small fires is causing acres and acres of damage to go up. A few photos that I'm going to show you of it in relation to where we are now. No danger of it actually spreading down here, but it was only at the top of the road, which is where the moor is. You can really just go up there and enjoy yourself responsibly. I love popping up there, especially in summer, going picking bilberries and just being at one with nature. So this is how it went when the film crew came with us.
Good evening. Patrols have been stepped up on Marsden Moor after 2 big fires over the last week. National Trust rangers and volunteers have been handing out leaflets and targeting people with barbecues. People are being told to dial 999 if they see fires of any kind on the moor. Nicola Reese reports.
Hi, good afternoon. Just doing a bit of publicity on the fires in the area.
When the sun shines, the rangers patrol. Prolonged dry conditions on Marsden Moor near Huddersfield means the risk of wildfires.
I've come across about 6 disposable barbecues over my time as a volunteer here, and I've come across a few campfires that haven't been lit yet, which seems a little bit strange. But yeah, we're seeing them more and more, and unfortunately it does seem to be quite deliberate.
Just this week, a fire on the moor here caused widespread damage. The cause is under investigation, but often people are to blame.
The latest fire was huge, and it was the second in the space of a week. Conditions have been unusually warm and dry. You can see, if you just grab some of the grass, just how brittle it is. It means that the ground here is extremely vulnerable to fire.
Good. Everybody's behaving themselves today.
Ian has a small holding on the edge of the moor, and he's seen how quickly fires spread here.
I've been here 15 years, and these past 2 or 3 years it's been the worst we've seen. The fires as they're approaching my property, seeing the orange glow getting worse and worse as the evening goes on, and then obviously we're having to go to bed worried as to whether it's coming our way or going in the opposite direction.
Keep your eyes peeled. If you see someone with a barbecue, call 999, ask for the fire service.
Despite targeted campaigns, some people still don't take wildfire risks seriously. Last year, a single firework led to a huge blaze on this moor. It took 100 firefighters 3 days to bring it under control.
It's important to us to look after these moorlands because they're home to where wildlife, they're a great source of carbon and peat. So together with the community, we're just going out, keeping an eye out and making sure that everybody's behaving as they should.
No incidents to report today, so a good result for Ian. But summer could be a different story. Nicola Reese, BBC Look North, Marsden Moor.
Thank you very much. Have a great walk. See you soon. Look at that. I know it's engineered, but it's alright, isn't it? So according to the Marsden snow gauge, we have had about an inch. Not a lot. Roads are good though. Now I don't know whether this is the the ultimate in tightness, but we've made a bit of wood top to go in here. Look at that, yeah. And then we need a bit of a bracket. It's going to fasten to the wall, We're also going to do a fancy bracket just underneath, just to support things as well. Having a look around, winging stuff on the fire to keep us warm, and I found these. Oh, they're alright, aren't they? And already cut. Any ideas what they've come from? When I made them, I cut them out of. So we're the ultimate recycling there. They're not bad brackets, are they? They'll go on there and just support the worktop. So we're gonna screw them through. Super job. Get them painted up, and then we can put the worktops on. So when we don't even have to do any fancying about, they'll be absolutely perfectly adequate for what we need them to do. Like I say, we're not making watches here or building Buckingham Palace. Quite happy to go for the rustic look. Choose which is the better edge. I think this one is the one that will probably be better. Carrots dried up. Now this glue has pretty much built the entire hut. It's wonderful stuff. Probably will splodge out a little bit, but it is paintable. It's quite thick is this, so I don't think we're going to have to pre-drill it. Normal circumstances, if it were thinner, I would pre-drill the bracket. There we go. Moved a little bit, that'll be fine. Now we've had a morning on this, just stripping it down, and we've put some wings on the end. There we go. We've taken the doors down considerably in size so that they fit in that hole. I've just put a bit of primer on any bare wood, rubbed the whole lot down with the little the sander. Not quite sure where I've put that. Anyway, it'll be plugged in somewhere, maybe down there. There it is. Look. So we're gonna pop the primer on, let it dry. Took the cooking department off, and then hopefully within the next sort of few hours or so that'll have dried and we'll be able to put the top coat on. Now I'm thinking of a green. I have a lovely green undercoat which we'll probably do as a top coat. It's like a matte green, and I'm going to try and achieve a nice green finish with that. I've got the hardware off. That is currently just sat there drying off. Smells amazing in here. And up there are the cut worktops. So I'll show you a quick still of those immediately after this little clip. So yeah, it's the waiting game now. We've painted it. I quite like this colour. It's actually an undercoat and it dries matte. So with any luck, this will dry lovely. Quick rub down tomorrow and the final coat on the top. Then we'll be able to put the cooking department back in. There it is on the floor there. And we'll be able to put the the hinges and the handles back on, and hopefully install it. So, but I've got a delivery coming any minute now. So let's go down and see if we can catch this delivery. Like a glove. Ooh, that's a bit firm. Oh heck, that's really firm. Oh well, it's nice. I think I'll be alright on here. It is quite firm though. So a big thank you to Kelcall Bedding. They're over at Murfield. They can make any size mattress you want, whether it be a funny shape or whatever. I've had this specially made so that it fits in this gap, 4 foot wide by 71 inches long. Fits absolutely perfectly, so a big thank you to them. I did order it on the phone. I didn't get a chance to go and see it, since I want a nice firm foam mattress, and that's just what I've got. It's maybe a little bit too firm, we'll have to see. But hopefully we've got a date. We've got a date when we might be sleeping in it for the first night. So this is like newsflash. What are we on? 23rd and 24th of April. We are hopefully attending the Aquath Scammell gathering with this. So this should be the first weekend in it. So they were actually going to due to deliver the mattress tomorrow, and then I was going to paint out in here in the morning. However, they've managed to get it to be a bit early, which is wonderful. So I suppose I might sleep in it tonight. But no, we won't. We'll save it for the big day. But yeah, very impressed with that. We've got the mattress. We're really rolling on now. I just need to get a move on, get the stove fitted, and get the place painted out. Built this up so far in driving snow, pouring rain and glorious sunshine, but for some days, well, the clocks are getting a bit more, well, what they were, the clocks went forwards the other week, so the nights are getting longer, so we can do a little bit after work, but blooming heck, it's horrible. Well, we've really progressed, and unfortunately we haven't been able to do much filming because everybody's had the Rona. So we've sort of been doing it on our own and bits and pieces. So apologies for all this progression and not a great deal of filming. So you can see that we've got the kitchen in. Look at that, eh? Now the under this turned up many years ago. Found it in the back of the shed, but there's as hob. Under here will be the gas bottle, so you need to pop a regulator on. And then I fitted, which was on eBay for I think about 25 quid, was a pump and a tap. And the battery is one of the tractor batteries that we've nicked. So we need to, well, we don't need, we can use that battery. But that's a 12 volt system. on a handy dandy switch. There we are, look at. We've diverted the waste just to drop down onto the road. So there we've got some water, we've got running water. If you need hot water, just have to fill that, pop it on the stove. Voila, hot water. So we're laughing. We haven't, it's only temporarily rigged up. I need to put a proper fuse board in there when we get the rest of the lights in. We'll have a full 12 volt system. So today's job, come hell or high water, we are fitting the stove. So there's the stove, sat there. The plan is we're going to sit it on a bit of a stone hearth, and we've got some fireproof boarding to put on the back wall. So first job is we need to measure in the fireproof boarding. So that's this morning's job. We've got to try and find a slab of stone. Now through here somewhere, there is some. It's got to be here somewhere. Yeah. Got it. Oh, look at this. Come and have a look. That should be perfect. 22 inches. Unbelievable.
There was a spider on it.
There was a spider on it?
Yeah.
It's a good job it wants something big and heavy and you dropped it on somewhere. Kids these days. I reckon this one will be just the job. Some spiddies on this one. I think that will make a lovely hearth. What do we think?
Yeah.
Super job. Actual footage of Kieran Davis doing manual work.
King of the road, trailer for sailoring, man, trailer for sailoring. Ain't got no cigarettes, but trailer for sailoring. Give, man, me, don't pay no. Trailer for sailoring. Sailoring, ain't got no trailer for sailoring. Give man to me, by no means. King of the road, trailer for sailoring.
72 and a half, who can remember that? 72 and a half.
Trailer for sailoring. Ain't got no
I'll do it.
Oh, in fact, 73, call it 73. 72 and a half. 72 and a half by
sailoring. Who's the left? Trailer for sailoring. Ain't got no trailer for sailoring. Give man to me, by no means. King of the road. King of the road. We're gonna keep it low key, keep it softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me. I'm happy in your company with no emotion, 'cause my love deserves to be free. I never wanna look at a house in the garden, I never wanna lock you down. I know you're not mine, it's just my turn, but we can still have fun for now. You told me you don't really do commitment, trust me, consider your message received. When you said you couldn't take us too seriously, I must admit I was relieved, 'cause I never wanna play happy families with you, but I like having you around. I'm fully aware this is a flash in the pan, but we can still have fun for now. So when you stop paying so much attention, and when you're moving in another direction, don't worry, I get it. I meant what I said when I said it, lady. I never wanna look at a house in the garden. I never wanna lock you down. I know you're not mine, it's just my turn, but we can still have fun for now. No, I never wanna play happy families with you, but I like having you around. I'm fully aware this.
Now I've measured from the stove pipe to the window, doing all the calculations, and these are hopefully the right lines to drill up. Got the hole saw, get the centre somewhat like. I'm going to close my eyes while we do it, and hopefully we are in the right place. So in the right ballpark anyway. I blooming well hope so. Here we go. Go the right way. We've got it all. Let's hope it's in the right place. Get us. That's all right, ain't it? Eh? You like that? I like that. I think that's pretty brilliant. Huh? Got to put silly out on it now. Winner! We've fitted the silicone cone along the top there. Oh yeah, it looks a bit of a mess, doesn't it? We've used the high temperature silicone sealant as well. And get the fashioned, or the refashioned frying pan, huh? Oh, look at that, eh? With extra edges, or smooth edges, for those extra aerodynamics. There's only one thing for it now, isn't there? I've sent my able apprentice off to get some firewood. Now there she is. Well, I just remembered that the bolts inside here weren't in. So what I've had to do, if we get the camera to focus, is, there we go. We've got the original bezel on the top on a reducer from a 5 to a 4 inch, and then into a fan-dabbly dozely piece of cast iron drain pipe, which I have wire brushed to within an inch of its life, and it goes up into a what is it? A silicone cone. Now I know this is going to smoke like hell because this pipe's never had any heat in it, so we need to burn what's left of the paint off it and also see what's going to happen up there. I'm hoping it's not going to get too hot. It probably will, but if it does, just see what bubbles off, and then we'll arrange what we're going to do with that bit up there. Probably hopefully put some sort of asbestos, but not asbestos type lagging around it. That's my theory anyway. See how it goes. Fire in the hole! It's going! No, Maisie. Oh my goodness, she's up. smoke doesn't appear to be going in the right direction. We want the smoke to go up the chimney, not out the door.
Smells nice.
That's lovely, isn't it? Just do it. Oh, that's a bit. Now this is a stove made by Aga, and it's called a Little Wenlock. So let's see what happens. Look at that! We got fire! I'll do. You like that, Maisie? Got nice and warm. Nice and warm. Well, she's lit, and it's kind of doing what we expected it to do. Some of the things haven't quite been. Well, I kind of wondered if it would break the glass, and it's actually cracked the glass by the window. A few people did mention, says it might break that glass. Well, yeah, okay, we'll try it. Anyway, it has. So we've learned from those mistakes, and we need to put a piece of fireboarding up against the glass there because it's just got a little bit too hot for it. And also, we're expecting, well, the idea of this was to season it, which basically means to get that pipe nicely warmed up. Any remnants of paint will burn off. That's just what's happening. So we currently have a shepherd's hut full of smoke. We've got all the windows open. We're at low level, so it's not too bad. How are you doing up there, Brittany?
I'm good.
She's good, that's fine. Just while we make the video, she's stood up. But yeah, just burning all the paint off, all the rubbish off there. Got the windows open. So hopefully, next 3 or 4 burns should be fairly clean. We haven't put too much of a big fire in, but we have built it up over about half an hour. So we've had a quick tidy round. As you can see, we've unveiled the floor, including all the paint splashes, which we will get off in time. So I think there's nothing more to do than enjoy that view out there and have a grand can of out-of-date beer. So here we are, observing the washing of the tractor at Plains in Marsden. And as you can see, we have the grafter. The grafter there is Brittany Kirkham. And then we have the big oof. The big oof is Kieran. And as you can see, there is one person that does the majority of the work here, and one that simply does not. Now, a simple instruction was given to move the David Brown so that we could clean further round the back wheels. Now Kieran, of course, been given the instruction to drive, is on that tractor like a rat up a drain pipe, while the grafter, who has spent all afternoon washing that vehicle, stands and observes. So we are hoping now that Kieran is capable of moving that vehicle without ramming into anything else or anybody. So after observing the washing of that tractor, he is now away on it.